The following program contains coarse language and nudity. Viewer discretion is advised.
And now it's time for the Sports Brawl. Without any further ado, here are your hosts, Cece and Keith. Oh my God!
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Sports Bras, the #1 podcast in Rendon, Texas, #2 in Louisville, the home of the 2023 fantasy football champion. That's me. And of course, the home of the 2023 World Series champions, the Texas Rangers. I am, of course, your host, CC. And unfortunately, this week, my co-host Keith is not going to be able to make it in today, but that's okay. He's got, issues going on with some wiring issues and some power issues, so it happens. So I will be doing this solo with you guys. I will be here with you today as we are watching right now the ending to the Detroit Lions and Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. And right now in the fourth quarter, we have Detroit up 24-17 in the fourth quarter. And this will be the first time that, since 91, I believe, that the Lions could be going to the NFC Championship game. We'll be talking about, of course, the other games that happened last night and move on forward to see who eventually will be in the can't say it, the big game in February in Las Vegas. So there we go. I hope everybody is enjoying their weekend. It's cold for sure, and it's going to get colder. So I think we should just go straight into our chief meteorologist, Chip Thunderstorm, and get the latest weather deal going on right now. So without further ado, here we go. Chip Thunderstorm, ladies and gentlemen.
And now, from the Freakin' Sweet Weather Center, here is your chief meteorologist, Chip Thunderstorm.
Chip, how's it going out there? Are you getting warmed up for the next round coming in tomorrow? What's the latest on the weather here in Texas, Chip? And this is Chip Thunderstorm reporting live at the Freakin' Sweet Studios to let you know that Armageddon is on its way. Armageddon's on its way. What are you talking about, Chip? Well, reading my latest models, I see that we're going to get some freezing rain tomorrow morning here in the Metroplex, which means slippery slide doodah everywhere. Okay, that's not Armageddon, okay? But so there is a possibility of some freezing rain tomorrow morning. Should we is it going to be a big amount, or what's the deal? And now I just see a little bit on the overpasses and bridge. Just be safe out there. And if you see a T-bird out there, wave at me, because I will be reporting on the road. Oh, boy. Okay, Chip. Well, thank you for the update. I appreciate it very much. Chip Thunderstorm, out. Okay, there goes Chip Thunderstorm. All right, so pretty much what he said is be careful if you're going to be out and about tomorrow morning on the roads, on the bridges, and overpasses. So there we go. Winter is officially here. So with that said, let's move on to what happened in the NFL. Shall we? And in an update here, I'm looking on here. Detroit has just scored again. 31-17 now. There's still 6 minutes left, but I think we could probably say the Lions will be going on to the NFC Championship game. And their opponents will be the San Francisco 49ers, who last night, talk about a heart stopper if you're a 49er fan. Packers went in there last night against the 49ers and pretty much was a better team the whole game. And I think Keith can agree with me because we're actually texting back and forth yesterday or last night during the game. And we both agreed that, Packers are a better team and they can pull this out. But unfortunately, late in the fourth quarter, Packers were going for a 7-point lead with a field goal that, unfortunately, the rookie kicker missed. San Francisco then drives down and gets a touchdown from Christian McCaffrey to seal it. The 49ers defeat the Green Bay Packers 24-21. They will be facing, like I said, it looks like, it's probably going to be the Lions. So 49ers and Lions. If you had that at the beginning of the year, you're a damn genius, because I don't think anybody would have put on paper that the 49ers and the Detroit Lions will be facing off in the NFC Championship game. I know I didn't. I know a lot of people said that the 49ers are going to be the team to beat this year, and granted, that's true, but I don't think anybody had the Lions going this far. And good for the Lions, man. You want to root for a team like that, that's been through the heartaches and, we talk about, and I'll get to the Cowboys here in a little bit, but, we talk about the Cowboys here. The thing with the Cowboys and the fans is at least the Cowboys are consistent and one and done in the playoffs. Okay. We've been making the playoffs here pretty good here. And, the Lions, on the other hand, man, they haven't even sniffed the playoffs, and it's good for the fans and it's good for the football team. And it's especially good for Dan Campbell. I root for Dan Campbell. I thought he was the best choice for this head coaching job to take over for the Lions. And I'm glad that they hired him, because the guy can motivate the hell out of a team. And the proof is in the pudding right now. As the Lions looks like they're going to the NFC Championship game. Like I said, first time since 1991, where they unfortunately lost to the Washington Redskins. Oops, I can't say that name. But they did lose to Washington that year in the NFC Championship game. So it's been a while since Detroit has been to the NFC Championship, and congratulations to the Detroit Lions. As the clock is winding down, still 31-17. But yes, the other games yesterday, the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans. Now, I'm going to say it right off the bat. Houston, man, you were this close, man. I mean, to go into halftime, 10-10 tie. And, with the beast of Baltimore and everybody picking Baltimore and everybody saying Baltimore this, Baltimore that, number one seed, yada, yada, yada. For a team like Houston, who, again, nobody gave a chance at the beginning of the year, to go in there and do what they did, but then to come out in the second half and just get absolute murdered. It sucked. I hate seeing that the Texans came out the second half a different team, because if the team in the first half showed up in the second half, I think we'd be talking different here. But unfortunately, the Ravens got it together. They ended up beating the Houston Texans 34-17. Baltimore is now awaiting the winner of the game that's coming up here in just a little bit in Buffalo, between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. And as I'm looking right now, the weather is, it's going to be fun. To say that the Buffalo fans have showed up to shovel snow is an understatement. And this will be the very first road playoff game for Patrick Mahomes. And I don't know, man. I think the Chiefs are going to be in trouble in this one. I'm just saying. I know there's some Chiefs fans out there, and they're going to ride on that Chiefs bandwagon here. But man, the way that I'll put it to you this way, the way that they've ended the season compared to the way that Buffalo ended their season is two different diverse right there. Okay. The Chiefs struggled at the end of the season. Buffalo flourished. I think they got their rhythm down, and I think that's going to be the key factor in this game. And I believe, I am a Chiefs fan myself, but I'm also a realist. I believe that Buffalo takes care of Kansas City tonight. And I think it's going to be Josh Allen's turn to perhaps go to the Super Bowl. Now, we all know, it's going to be probably Baltimore and Buffalo, but we all know the NFL is scripted, I mean, look at the logo itself. Purple and red. The logo's colors have been telling you who exactly is going to play in the Super Bowl the past 4 years. This year is purple and red. And what team is purple and red? Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. And I believe that's who's going to be in this year's Super Bowl. So we'll have to wait and see. Will it be called again? I don't know. But we need to talk about what happened last week, because I so wanted to keep, this is why I stayed on, or this is why I got on late, is because I was waiting on Keith, hoping he can get it, his power situation fixed, but unfortunately he did not. He's still working on it. But I wanted to get his reaction, of course, to the Cowboys last week. And no, they weren't them boys. They weren't their boys. Yeah, that's what they were. Total doo-doo. And, I mean, they just got whooped. And it's the same routine that we're accustomed to as Cowboy fans. And it's the same deal every time. We look great in the regular season. We look great, going into the playoffs. Number 2 seed. This is our year. Then they pull that. And to make things worse, a lot of people, a lot of Cowboy fans are saying McCarthy's got to go. Dak's got to go. They both got to go. It's not going to work. Not going to work at all. So Jerry does the complete opposite. He's going to bring McCarthy back, and Dak's going to be back. They're going to roll this thing one more time next year. When, Cowboy fans, will you learn? When will you learn? It's never going to be good. It's never going to be where it needs to be, as long as the man at top is still around. So I requested a one-on-one interview because, he still thinks that we're the official station of the Dallas Cowboys for some reason. I don't know why. But, before he gets on, I just want to say, I've been a Cowboy fan for a long time. I witnessed the 90s. I witnessed, the dynasty there. I saw the ups and I really saw the downs. And the one thing that got to me was Cowboy fans seem to forget. And what they seem to forget is when they're calling for Dak's job, get rid of Dak. He sucks. Let's not forget, folks, that he's probably going to be the runner-up in the MVP race this year. Okay? I mean, when's the last time that a Cowboys quarterback had that prestige? Tony Romo didn't. Hell, I don't even think Aikman did. Of course, Aikman had Emmett and and a hell of a defense. But what I'm saying is, don't get rid of what you have on a situation that, you're pissed off. We got to remember that after Aikman, it was miserable trying to find a quarterback. Miserable. After Aikman, it was a good, let's see, Aikman retired in 98, maybe 2000, somewhere around there. I mean, the list goes on before Tony Romo, who was undrafted, by the way, got the chance to play and look good enough to keep his job. So before we go off and say get rid of Dak, just go back to those years after Aikman was gone. I'm telling you, it's it wasn't pretty. I mean, Drew Henson, Chad Hutchinson, Quincy Carter. Even though Quincy Carter did take us to the playoffs, but still. I mean, we brought guys in like Bernie Kosar or Vinny Testaverde. Drew Bledsoe was good, but he was already past his prime. Like, come on, let's be honest. So before you go off a limb and say, get rid of Dak, find a replacement first. That's all I'm saying. Now, with that said, please welcome to the Sports Bras. This should be really good, Mr. Jerry Jones. Mr. Jones, please, welcome to the Sports Bras. How are you, sir?
Well, thank you for having me. To say that, it sucks that I'm sitting here watching football in January where, I believe that Dallas Cowboys should beat is, let's just say it pisses me off really bad.
Well, I can understand that, Jerry, but, let's get into what happened last week and what transpired last week. And let's talk about, not going off a knee-jerk reaction, so to speak. Okay? Let's talk about how you didn't apply to the pressure, so to speak, of everybody saying, let's pump the brakes. I'm not going to start firing people. What brought that decision through?
Well, I looked at the big picture. Okay. Now, sure, a lot of things happened last week that I was highly pissed about, and a lot of people need to be held accountable. And, we will get there. But I will say that Coach Mike McCarthy really is a good salesman. And he really knows how to keep a job, and he knows what he needs. And he demanded that when he sat down with me after that game. And I believe Mike McCarthy is going to be the true coach for this team to win a Super Bowl. You really think that? I do. Okay. Well, a lot of people around here, Mr. Jones, was speculating, that, Bill Belichick not having a job, he's out of New England, that be the perfect marriage. Did you at any point have a discussion with Bill Belichick about possibly coming in and coaching the Dallas Cowboys? Absolutely not. I respect Bill Belichick, and I want to say that he is indeed a hell of a mind in the NFL, and I will say that Bill Belichick, wherever he goes, will succeed. And but as far as being here, I did not have a conversation with Bill Belichick. All right, so this is your platform, Mr. Jones. I'm sure a lot of people are watching this right now. Maybe. Calm the Dallas Cowboys fans down and tell them what we are to expect next year. Well, I can feel their frustration for sure. And I know personally, because we've been dealing with this for 26 years now. But I promise you, if anybody is going to watch this team succeed, it's going to be me, number one. And I'm going to do whatever and however it takes to get this Super Bowl before I die. Because I tell you what, the clock is ticking. And it's not very much longer before I'm around. And before I go on, I want to see this team have another Super Bowl. And I believe that Mike McCarthy is that person. And Cowboys Nation, I just want you to believe that I will find a way for us to get back in that Super Bowl. Guaranteed. Well, all right. Well, I appreciate your time, Mr. Jones. And I know that, it sucks that, you're starting your off season a little bit earlier than you would perhaps wanted. And, but before I let you go, we are watching teams like the Detroit Lions who built up within. We're watching teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who built up from within. We're looking at teams like the 49ers who built up from within. What I'm saying is, perhaps, if there's any chance, maybe, just maybe, relinquishing the GM spot and giving it to a football mind. I don't understand what you're trying to say there, Sean, but I will say that I got a lot of advisors around me that are telling me that, what should be the good picks and what should not be the good pickups. But I will tell you this, as far as me or giving a GM job to, why would I want to spend more money when I can just pay myself? You know what I mean? Yeah, got it. Well, all right. Well, Mr. Jones, thank you once again for joining us here on the Sean and RJ show. I appreciate it once again, boys. And, I'm always a Tolo. I have been since day one. So, Tolo, baby. I'll see you guys next year. There he goes, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. I don't think he's ever going to get it. Just be honest. I don't think it's in his mind
that he wants all the credit. Maybe he just feels like in his head, the 90s Super Bowls, everybody was giving Jimmy Johnson the credit. Everybody was even when Jimmy left and they won Super Bowl 30 with Barry Switzer, everybody still said it was Jimmy's team. And it was true. But I think Jerry, in his mind, wants to be known as a football guy. And he wants all the credit. And that's never going to change. And I look at teams like the Oakland Raiders. I'm sure Raider fans can agree with me 100% on this one. With their owner, Al Davis. He was stubborn. He would never give up the reins to anybody. And they suffered from it. They suffered for years from it. And they're still suffering from it. And I think, and he was the same as Jerry. He wanted to make all the calls. He wanted to do all the player movements. He wanted to do all the free signings. He wanted to pick all the drafts. And it never worked for Oakland. But Jerry, and it's the same with Jerry, and God bless him, he's made this star one of the most popular trademarks and sports logo of all sports. He should pat himself on the back for that. But as far as football moves, I give him a D. Oh, not that D. But I would, yeah, he fails at that. Great marketing guy. Don't get me wrong. He great marketing guy. If trust me, if I had money, if I had millions of dollars, I would ask Jerry Jones to promote our show. Even though he doesn't think it's our show, he thinks it's something else. But anyways, that's another story. But that's the kind of genius of a market man he is. He knows how to promote the brand. And that's what he's good at. That's the only thing that he's good at. Unfortunately, he's not good at making football moves or football calls, But I don't know, Cowboy fans. You tell me. Are we going to fall into the trap again of watching this football team win 13, 14 games and then get all hyped up for us to just get kicked right in the nutsack again for a first round loss? Or do you think, because everybody's on thin ice, now that this is going to be McCarthy's last year, this is going to be Dak's last year before his contract is up, go balls to the wall, thin ice, and just go for it? Or do we just feel the heartache again? I don't know. Well, all I'm saying is Detroit now, it's official. Detroit is going to the NFC Championship game. They have won against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 31-23. They will now face the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game next Sunday in San Francisco. That should be a good game. I don't know. To me, I watched that game last night with the Packers, and something was off with the 49ers. Now, it could have been that they had a week off. Some of them had 2 weeks off because none of them really played the last game of the season. And it could have been rust. It could have been. But that Packers team almost shocked them. And I even told Keith, I was like, I'm going for the Packers. And he thought I was crazy before the game started. And then he ended up texting me later on that night saying, you might be right on this one. Green Bay looks like the better team, but unfortunately they couldn't pull it off. But congratulations to the Lions on the NFC Championship game. Good luck to you in San Francisco. Me and Keith, of course, we'll talk about that next week. But moving on, man, I tell you what, a lot of things have been happening. Let's see. Let me give in here. Oh yeah, let's revisit. I like to revisit the meltdowns of the Cowboys after their loss. And let's start with old Dak Prescott. Let's hear what he said in his press conference here. Here we go. This is sad, you know? It's sad. It's just... Well, hang on. I'm getting there. Here we go.
The speculation about your coach and his status, your thoughts about Mike and everything he's done this year.
Yeah, he's been amazing. I don't know how there can be, but I understand the business. In that case, it should be about me as well, honestly. I mean, that guy, I've had the season that I've had because of him. Add me to the list in that case.
Careful what you wish for, Dak. Be careful what you wish for. And this is what got me fired up at halftime last week was Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson went total 90s and morphed back into his old coaching days. Listen to what Jimmy Johnson said at halftime.
Every single one of you. You know how hard we've worked. I don't need to have people pointing the fingers one thing or another. You get your rear end in there and you play the way you know how to play. We can win the game. We're going to open it up. We're going to go fast tempo. Defense, get after Jordan Love. You can't give him that much time. You do what you're supposed to do, we'll win this game.
How about them Cowboys? And, of course, the best part of the Cowboys losing was old Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless. God, he was so hurt.
I was so wrong. Even remotely trust Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott as 7.5-point favorites at Jerry World, where they had only won 16 straight games. Yesterday, the Dallas Cowboys got exposed as gutless, heartless, leaderless playoff frauds. Flawed frauds. That was by far the most shocking and devastating and humiliating playoff loss in Dallas Cowboy history. My lowest moment ever as a lifelong diehard Cowboy fan. Not your typical fall on your face. This was all time. I threw all my Cowboy gear in the trash last night, and it will stay there. Mike McCarthy has to go today, and there is no way Dak Prescott deserves a big contract extension now. Not after throwing 2 first-half interceptions, 1 a pick six, that led to Green Bay 27-0 before halftime. Micah Parsons, he's so overrated. He had the worst pass rush game of his entire career yesterday, January 14, 2024. A day that will live in Cowboy infamy. And I was...
Why is this guy on TV? I mean, good God. Why do people pay this man? I don't get it. He is such a drama king. Queen, king, whatever. He is just so much. It's ridiculous. It's scripted BS. Emmy Award winning goes to Skip Bayless. Congratulations, Skip. Oh, my Cowboys. Get out of here. I threw every Cowboy gear away. No, you didn't. You probably went to Walmart and grabbed like the $10 freaking Cowboys jersey that they have in there. And he made a video of you throwing it in the trash, showing how pissed off you were. Get out of here. You'll do the same. You'll be kissing Jerry's ass the next week. Shut the heck up, Skip Bayless. God. He knows the absolute piss out of me. Yeah, so that's just a little bit of the Cowboys there. No more Cowboys talk until August. So there we go. Congratulations. Other news around the NFL is TMZ reported that they had a call to the Colts owner, Jim Irsay's house in December of a suspected overdose. What? Yes. So there was a call to Jim Irsay's house back in December. Cops showed up and immediately ambulances were called to his house. He was rushed to the hospital and he made it out. But the story goes that he overdosed on some drugs. It's a hard life being an owner of the NFL, huh? Man, Jim Irsay. He was the same guy, if you guys remember, that went on a drunken rage one time, and he was talking about how he loves the cocaine and gotten busted for that. And a lot of people thought he was going to get kicked out of the league because of that, but they kept him around. He went to rehab. He did his time. But it sounds to me, or reading this, that he's off the wagon and did a too much blow. So there you go. Jim Irsay. Whew. If you're a Colts fan, you just got to be embarrassed on that one, right? The story of the week, though, and while I hang on, let me get this one rolling here because the story of the week was so great. Here we go.
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man.
Hulk Hogan. That's right. The Hulkster brother helped a teen whose car flipped in a wild scene in Florida last week. That's right. The Hulkster dude saw a crash go down. The car flipped over. Hogan and let's see. Last night after we left dinner, he posted, in Tampa, we saw a car flip in front of us. This is Hogan's wife, Sky. She said, I truly admire my husband, Hulk Hogan, and his good buddy, Jake, for springing into action, puncturing the girl's airbags, and getting her quickly out of the car. By all appearances, she was unscathed, just really rattled, which is an absolute miracle. So imagine you are flipped over in a car, and you know the music's playing, right? You know the music's playing. You're flipped over in your car and you're doing this. You're like, what is that sound? And then, yeah, this music comes on. And then you say, listen, brother, I'm going to get you out of here, dude. Don't you worry about that, dude. Yeah. Well, it's actually a good deed because, you know, a lot of bad press here recently about Hulk Hogan. But this has actually turned out to be a good deal for the Hulkster. So good for him for saving that young lady in the car wreck, the Hulkster brother. And, you know, hang on. Let me get back to this. Technical difficulties. It's tough doing a show by yourself, by the way. Just letting you know. It's really tough.
Ready to start hanging and banging. And when I started to squeeze the bar, brother, when I started to pump the 24-inch pythons, man, yes, I did feel the pain, you know. Yes, I did feel the separation in the lower ribs, the small muscles of the lower back, you know. And when I felt that pain, man, all it did was drive me on, made me train harder.
Yeah, brother.
I live this thing every day, man. Yes, I live with the pain, man. I can handle it, though, you know.
Yeah, brother. So there you go. The Hulkster saving a young girl's life, perhaps. Way to go, Hulkster. So over the week, the Patriots announced their new head coach. And it got awkward with the owner and the coach. Here we go. Listen to this.
Sherman. I'll get it right. Get it right.
Well, we'll have to.
No, it's all right. It's one of those black names. I'll help you with that.
Stacy told me he was
Exactly.
an expert.
Exactly.
You know, he goes right by the book here.
Yikes. So Robert Kraft introduces Jared Mayo. And the question came up during their press conference is, you know, I think one of the reporters said because Jared Mayo is the first black New England Patriots head coach. And the question was brought up to Robert Kraft, and Kraft said, you know, I don't see color. I knew I got the right guy for the right job, and this is who I picked. Color had nothing to do with it. Jared Mayo then responds back with, color has everything to do with it. Racism is still going around in the NFL. It's just, okay. That should be fun to watch next year. Jared Mayo and Robert Kraft. Oh, geez. You know, there's people in the football business, reporter wise, that maybe should do a little bit more research before asking a question at a press conference. Case in point.
Looking forward towards Detroit. The weather has been a factor in some of the playoff games, even for the most prepared teams. Today it's 13 in Detroit, which doesn't compare to some of the temperatures we tend to drop to. Any special plans to acclimate the team to not only endure but perform in those kind of frigid temperatures should you face them in Detroit?
You do know we play indoors, right? And they got a dome. No, nothing planned. We're indoors, and we only have to be outside for 20 seconds getting off the bus, going under the thing, so we'll be okay.
I could just see that reporter just doing this. I'm out. Whoa, that's so embarrassing, though. Talking about the weather, you know, how's that going to affect the football game? It's not. We play indoors. We play in a dome. So, okay. So there you go. Wheel of Fortune is always a banger. If you don't believe me, just watch or listen.
AW, you going all the way here or not?
I'd like to solve.
Okay.
Bridal and gold shower.
What? Obviously that was wrong. Let's move on and see exactly what the real puzzle was.
Bridal and gold shower.
Sorry. Jen, it's your turn.
I'd like to solve.
Okay.
Bridal and cold shower.
Yeah.
Oh, cold shower. Of course. It wasn't gold shower. Oh, of course. Wow. Oh, man. Well, it was also revealed today that Ron DeSantis has pulled out of the presidential race in 2024. We all know why, but there's one guy that wanted to give DeSantis his prize.
Nothing's going to stop us.
Real quick, before we get started, thank you, everyone. Governor DeSantis, I want to present to you this participation trophy. Now, it's probably not going to win the election, right? But we're proud of you for trying. There you go. No, I mean, sorry, buddy. He's special, he's unique, and he's our little snowflake. Thank you. Here you go. Do you want the award?
So that guy pulled up with a participation trophy. He's Florida's little snowflake. But DeSantis did, of course, announce that he is no longer running for president of the United States. And, of course, you know who is basking in the glory. So let's go ahead and bring him on. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the show 45. First off, where's your boy? Where's your boy Keith at? Is he being like DeSantos? Is he cowering? Is he hiding? No, Mr. Trump, he is not. He is not. He is having electrical problems. But he's fixing that. You know, he's a bit of a handyman, you know, so he's fixing it. I guarantee you he'll shock himself. He should have called me. I'm one of the best electricians that you know. I know all it is that there is to do with wiring. I'm sure you do, sir. So congratulations, Mr. Trump, on the Iowa caucuses. I didn't even have to show up. It was tremendous. I told everybody I didn't even have to show up. I blew everybody away. That's why DeSantos had to quit, because he knew that he couldn't win with a Casper the Friendly Ghost. He couldn't even beat me when I wasn't there. It's ridiculous. Just go ahead and give me the Republican nominee so I can go out there and beat Sleepy Joe and get 24 back and make America great again in 24. Well, I mean, you got a point there. I mean, you didn't show up and you still won. So what do you think about DeSantos, though? Could he possibly be your running mate for vice president? Are you kidding me? Are you serious, CC? No. The guy's a joke. He's a joke. He's always been a joke. Everybody at Florida laughs at him. Even I laugh at him all the time when I'm in my voluptuous palace of Key Largo, and I just laugh at him as I'm waving at him in my yacht, and he's on his little boat out there in the ocean. He's just an embarrassment. He needed to. I tried to tell him, you need to stop, DeSantos. Just bow out right now. He finally listened to me, and now I'm on my way to become the Republican nominee and crush Sleepy Joe once and for all. Well, yeah, that looks like that's where it's heading. So, Mr. President, are you keeping up with the playoffs? Absolutely. It was a travesty that I just watched the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know, I'm from Florida. I love Florida. I love Tampa. Tampa's a great place, but unfortunately, the Buccaneers couldn't pull it off. But congratulations to the Lions. I've always been a Lions fan. The Lions are great. I love their colors. I love the silver and the blue. It's just tremendous. But they're going to have a little bit of a trouble against the 49ers, I believe. But I'm really looking forward to Buffalo and the Chiefs coming up right now. So I'm getting really prepared for that right now. Yeah, it should be good, Mr. President. Well, I won't take any more of your time. I just wanted you to come on and talk to me alone. You know, Keith ain't here. But next time he's there, tell him that I'm coming for him. I'm gonna bury him. I'm gonna make him look like a fool. I'm gonna really embarrass him. It's gonna be tremendous. I certainly will, sir. Thank you for coming on, sir. You're welcome, and never forget, guys. 2024, we're gonna grab America by the pussy. 45 out. Okay, 45 out. There he goes. Mr. Donald Trump talking about Ron DeSantos, pulling out of the presidential race. So no more DeSantos in the 24 presidential race. I really wanted Keith on this one because he is a big anti-Amazon guy. So I'll go into this real quick and then we'll call it a day. Yeah, baseball news. What? This early? Yes, baseball news this early in the season because it's been reported. The Rangers, World Series champion Rangers, have been having some TV issues with Bally Sports, and it's being reported now that Bally Sports is being bought out by, yes, you guessed it, Amazon. So next year, or actually this season, people may be watching the Rangers on Amazon Prime. That is that looks like that's where it's heading. And I so wanted Keith to come on here because I know he ain't gonna pay for Amazon Prime to watch the Rangers, and he's not gonna be happy about this. He's not gonna be happy about this. He just does not. I don't know why he doesn't like Amazon. Well, he just doesn't like Jeff Bezos. Are you freaking kidding me? Mr. Bezos? Call me Jeffrey. Okay. Jeffrey, welcome to the Sports Bros. I like how you just popped in here. I got all the power in the freaking world. So, of course, I can pop on here whenever I want. Okay. So, let me ask you, Mr. Bezos, is the rumors true? Rangers, you guys going to buy out Bally Sports? Is that what I'm hearing? Not only are we going to buy out Bally Sports, but we're going to buy the entire freaking world. Okay. Well, I mean, you're already starting with by the way, little upset with you. Why is that? Well, I mean, I ordered something let's see, Thursday, and it still ain't arrived. What's up with that? I'll check on it, but just to let you know, we got trackers all over our Amazon trucks. It's tremendous. Freaking laser beams are going to be next. I guarantee you. Okay. Well, just get my package to me, okay? But back to the Rangers. Are you guys going to buy out Bally Sports? That's the plan. That's one plan to take over the world. Freaking geniuses. All right. Well, Mr. Bezos, thanks for coming on and to pop on, actually, I should say. And appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you guys. And I'm always watching in the background just to let you know. All right. Well, thank you, sir. Don't know what that was. That's weird. All right. Well, that is going to do the show today. Yeah, it is what it is. But, you know, you come to realize the good things in life, you know? Yes, Keith wasn't on today, but he will be next week. By the way, next week, it's my birthday, so, yeah. There are plans that the Sports Bros may be at Rangers Fan Fest next Saturday. Be on the lookout for that. We'll keep you updated. We'll definitely keep you updated on Facebook. But you guys know, go right here to YouTube. Get those subscriptions up. We need 100 subscriptions. Okay? We get 100 subscriptions. Someone's going to win a jersey of their choice. I'm serious. Also, you can follow us on Twitch. We are now on X, Jeff Bezos. And, oh, yeah, that's Elon Musk. Never mind. And you can always catch our old episodes on Spotify. So, with that said, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you also, if you are looking for some F-bombs to throw at people, go to MrFBomb.com and get you some F-bombs. I got one here, and I got one here. I got many of them, though. It's an F-bomb. Those are fun. Go to MrFBomb.com. Tell them that CC from the Sports Bros sent you. With that said, that's the end of the show. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. Sorry it was kind of boring for you guys being solo, but it is what it is. Things happen. I want to thank you guys again. Tuning in. We'll see you next week for the CC birthday special. That's me. That's right. I'm going to have my own birthday special. It's going to be great. We'll see you guys next week. Adios.